Hey people, how's it going? You are listening to the Marketing Manifest podcast, a show where we help people to learn, implement, and grow in both business and marketing. This is Emil Eji, your host. Today's podcast is all about how LinkedIn can help you grow organically. Today we have Vedika, the founder of the Fourth Square Digital Marketing Agency. She's an expert in content marketing, social media marketing, and lead generation. She's been doing webinars for business owners for them to learn about LinkedIn and how they can leverage LinkedIn to its maximum capabilities. I welcome Vedika to the show.
Hi.
Hi, Vedika. How's it going?
Thank you so much for the lovely introduction.
Happy to have you on board. Before we start, make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button now. This podcast is made possible by listeners like you, and thank you for your support. And now let's get back to the show. So Vedika, my first question to you is why LinkedIn?
Yeah.
What does LinkedIn separate? How does LinkedIn separate from the other social media platforms? What's your thought on about it?
Okay, so see, there's a very simple way to explain this. There's inorganic growth and there's organic growth, right? Okay. So organic growth basically means that how you can really grow without, posting any ads, and it's more content driven, and it's mostly. And inorganic growth is like when you grow with ads and So now just think about this. Instagram is actually saturated now according to me because literally everyone is on it. So you generally think that, since more people are on it, then it would just be easier to grow on it, right? That's the normal notion that people have. But from this point of view, that even though there are so many people on it, the people posting content is also so many, right?
Yes, right.
Actually, to grow on it organically will take a very long time, and inorganically, of course, you can grow if you know how to run ads well.
Yeah, but basically, organic is the way. Is the easiest way and the cheapest most form where you can
exactly.
grow. Yeah, so that's right.
Yeah, definitely. Since many people are whoever is starting right now, say startups, they don't want to spend. They don't even have the budget to spend that much on ads.
Yes.
And people have this. Many people call me up, whoever has a startup and is wanting a digital marketer. They just I don't want to burn my money, so I don't want to put that much money also. So they don't understand that you have to put in that money to actually get the results.
That's right.
That is also a problem with Instagram and Facebook. Now this is where LinkedIn comes in. Okay. To organically grow on LinkedIn, I think is very easy if you learn it once and apply it with consistency. Why? Because simply because there are less content creators on LinkedIn. Though there are more people viewing the content and there are less people seeing the content. So that's the perfect.
I agree, completely agree to the point. Nowadays, I feel in one side, LinkedIn does its own algorithm changes and all this stuff, but people putting contents are really low. There are people who are I feel they are doing time pass and they literally don't know the importance of LinkedIn. People who are posting contents, they find it very. They know how important is LinkedIn. So that's
right, exactly.
Understanding the importance of LinkedIn, and yes, I guess people are going to know a lot of things. Whatever you're going to say, they're going to get a good amount of knowledge.
Definitely. So as I was saying, that people are making less content on LinkedIn, and you technically are getting a first mover advantage now on LinkedIn because people are just starting to realize that you have to make content on LinkedIn to actually grow. So take my example. I started 2 months back and I had approximately 70 profile views I used to get in a day. I now in the past 2 months I've actually gotten to 10k plus profile views.
Wow, and that's an amazing number. That's a very big number, Vedika. Within 2 months, if you're able to generate 10k profile views, then obviously other people can also do it. But eventually,
absolutely, and even
start doing it.
Yeah. Absolutely, and even the followers have increased so much. Imagine in 2 months if I could get 6,500 plus followers, then if I keep doing this just in 1 and 2 years, I will be able to really scale this up well. So that's the only thing that people should start just start getting into LinkedIn. People are usually scared that they don't know what to do, and So that's why they're not starting. So
and that's where we people, like, we need to help others, like, get into this
absolutely
thing, the LinkedIn
yeah definitely
that's awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's the
okay. We had a brief view about like why LinkedIn and all those stuff. So how does LinkedIn help in getting free organic reach to your target audience?
Yeah, so like I mentioned in the last question, that the free organic is mostly through content and through networking with the right people. So if you're making quality content on LinkedIn, there is no way that you will not get organic reach on LinkedIn, because people are really knowledge thirsty on LinkedIn, according to me. So that's why I really, like, if you ask me what is like the most important thing about LinkedIn, like if there is one thing that I should do consistently, what is that one thing out of all the things that are there on LinkedIn? And I would say that it's content.
Okay.
And so like just to lighten the atmosphere, there's also a quote by Vidya Balan which says that pictures से तीन चीजों के लिए चलती है, तीन चीजों से चलती है, entertainment and entertainment. So similarly, LinkedIn needs सिर्फ तीन चीजों से चलती है, content and content.
Awesome. That was an amazing example you gave. I mean, it's a very catchy thing what Vidya Balan spoke, but still, yet it is like we are able to relate it with LinkedIn as well. That's amazing. Absolutely. So, okay. So we spoke about LinkedIn and like what is LinkedIn and what an organic reach in LinkedIn and all those stuff. But as you said, like you said, there is a one single component which is very important in LinkedIn, right? So what do you think? I mean, other than content, what are the most important components to make a first impression? I mean, good first impression in LinkedIn.
Right. So personally, I think that the first thing that a person sees in your profile, like the first, like I click on someone's profile and the first thing I see is someone's picture, right?
Okay.
Like,
yeah, that's right.
The first thing that comes into our eye frame is the picture of that person. So please guys, don't upload selfies of yourself on LinkedIn and don't put pictures that you took in say 2015 and put that as your profile picture on LinkedIn, because that's not work.
Obviously it's a professional platform.
Exactly.
So obviously people need to make sure they upload a proper display picture. That's an amazing.
Absolutely.
What else?
And
feel is important.
Yeah, and also like just one thing I wanted to add, that there's an actual statistics which I found online that with a good profile picture, you can actually get 20 times more profile views, and you can actually get 36 times more messages on LinkedIn if you have a good, clear and a very approachable profile picture. So that is the thing. And the second thing that I think that is important apart from these two things is that the about section. So I really think people treat the about section as a Naukri.com site, and they're just copy pasting their resume on their about section, and that is something that you should not do on LinkedIn, because that makes no sense, and I'll tell you why. So you have to make, don't make it an I, me, myself space where you're listing down all your achievements that you've done and what all you have achieved in the past few years. You have to make it more, you talk about the field that you're into. Don't look like a salesperson, like just telling, say your recruiter or your employer that this is all my achievements and that's it. You have to talk to yourself a little bit, make it a little quirky, and just like it's not your
one-to-one. Do you say it like a one-to-one conversation, like when people start reading your about section, or maybe like, do you think they should feel that a one-to-one person contact? Is there something like that? Just out of curiosity, I'm asking you.
I didn't get the question. One-to-one as in
if a person is reading your about section, and you said like people shouldn't do it like a resume format, right? So like that, do you think that people need to write their about section in the way like it's like a one-to-one conversation thing, like how you see, like what I was trying to say is, like, if suppose you there's a particular prospect and they found your profile to be very interesting, do you think they should, while reading the about section, they should literally feel that this is the person I have to like contact for my particular thing? Is it are your thoughts like that, or just wanted to understand?
Yes, definitely. That's what I mean. Like I see some people writing it in third person. That makes no sense. That they're like, Vedika Bhaiya has achieved these things. That makes no sense. Why would you want to write about section in a third person, right? It has to be I believe in this, or these are my thoughts. Like, write your thoughts on it. Don't, make it a sales pitch, basically.
Yeah, that's what I want.
And also, guys, if you want to like put your resume, like say you want to also add your resume, of course, that's also important. So write that in the featured section. Add that to the featured section and not your about section. Just, a file of that resume will be enough. So that should, these are the most like crucial things that a person sees. There's also the image that people should work on, where, some people just put a New York scene ka site, like just an Eiffel Tower, say something like that. That also makes no sense to me, because everything on your LinkedIn profile should be a thing that will attract your customer.
Right.
Everything, according to me. So you have
your
to
first impression should be good. That's what you're trying to
say. Exactly.
When the people sees your profile, they should like literally get attracted. Oh, this guy is
an
amazing.
idea about everything that you're doing, or because banner image is also something that's ekdam above profile picture. So thing that people see ekdam one go me. So you have to make that also look. You don't only just make it look pretty. You add some value also, or you write about yourself also. That So that makes sense.
I get it, understand. That's great. So keeping all these in mind, like, can you tell me like what kind of content like people should post in LinkedIn and they get, and make sure they get a free organic traffic and reach to the target audience? What is that? What are the different kinds of content would you suggest people to post?
So see, I can't give you there's no one size suits all strategy. There's no one sort of content which will be, universal for everyone. Obviously that can't, and that's not possible for you.
Yes.
But everyone's content strategy will be different from one business to the other, according to whichever niche they are in. So I'll tell you 2 secrets over here that I have understood. That
oh wow, I'm excited to learn. Know it. Come on.
Yeah. So we all have grown up listening to stories from our Dadima and Nanima, and that was something that was very intriguing whenever we used to hear those stories from them.
That's a really valid point. I still used to relate, like if at all I'm learning something or something new, I used to relate it with my old stories, whatever has happened. Like it makes me understand it like really quickly. So that's an amazing point, Vedika. Yeah.
Yeah, so people also on LinkedIn, they love a good story. Everyone on LinkedIn, believe me, they just love.
I've seen a lot of posts getting like more number of likes, comments, and shares just because there is a story over there. People love to read stories.
That's exactly my point. Like if you make your content in such a way that every piece of your content is like a story, that's all you need to do basically. So when you're writing your content in form of stories, don't just talk about your business that this is what I do. Just talk about yourself too, because that's important. You need to realize that. Okay, so have you realized why LinkedIn business pages don't do well? Like, have you seen this? That LinkedIn
because obviously big doesn't provide much stories to the audience. They like literally post what exactly is their product or stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel
exactly.
Nowadays B2B should start following this strategy, like putting out stories now instead of putting out exactly whatever is there in their website and all those stuff. It's better to put out stories so that there will be a lot of interaction and all those stuff within that post.
Exactly. So people want to connect with people, right? They want to connect people and their stories. They don't want to connect with businesses. I wouldn't want to connect with business unless it's like, Ogilvy or something like that. So that's the reason. That's the thing that I think that if you ask me that what's the one strategy, it will be to write your content in a form of story.
Okay. So, amazing. So how do you maintain a good relationship with your, with your target audience? Like obviously, as you are you run a digital marketing agency, you eventually need clients to run your company, right? How do you get your work done to a particular client, and how do you maintain that relationship with them?
Okay, so as far as my target audience is concerned, I reply to each and every single comment. Whoever comments on my profile, I reply back to those people. Okay. And we have a very healthy discussion in the comment section also, which actually really informative to me personally. So I really like to do that to keep the engagement going on and for people to start getting to know me personally and not just through my posts. Okay. So it's one thing that I think people should do. And also I make a lot of reports also for people.
Okay.
If, for example, any new learning that I think that I can share with people, and the more I give, I think the more I will get.
Only when you show the results, people will get attracted to you. If
definitely
you're doing something
definitely.
And you're eventually getting results out of it, and obviously, obviously, if you post it out, and eventually people are going to come and ask you, like, even please let me help me do. In doing with this thing, like, that's
exactly.
If you don't share your results, and there's no point in. It's very hard to get businesses, right?
You have to have proof. Like, I can't. If I didn't have the results that I did on LinkedIn, I'm sure you also wouldn't have approached me, right? I can't just be like LinkedIn and I myself have say I have no engagement, or if I don't have any profile, so that makes no sense. So as long as you have the proof of your growth also, then only you can start talking about it, right? So that's why I think the more you that's why I give, like, I make the reports and I show them that this is how I think that I should be worthy of you. The report should be worth reading for you. So I think that the more I give people content for free, and the more you like, you can see YouTube videos of Anthony Robbins and Jen, as also Sister Shivani, they talk about manifestation and giving back to people, and it will come back, right? So so that's what I do for like my target audience. And as far as getting leads is concerned, I have mostly got inbound leads from LinkedIn. Like, I have approached anyone like for my business. Like, mostly people only come to me because
your contents are awesome. That is the reason.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. See, I've been following Vedika for a very long time, and like. I feel like Vedika is doing a really quite great job in LinkedIn, and like she's grown. I guess like even within 2 months she has grown like to a next level thing, and that's the reason like I wanted Vedika to come to this particular show and talk to the audiences and understand them how LinkedIn is more important. Like, she's literally, I guess you're earning a good amount of money through your digital marketing agency. I
definitely.
Don't like tell the numbers, but
definitely. So through LinkedIn only, like, I'm getting a lot of leads, and my mentor also, his name is Manoj Bajaj, and he's told me to focus on content and just didn't do its magic, right? So I am seeing the magical results that LinkedIn is also giving me.
Awesome.
And also, take this, like, I would want to take this moment to thank Vaibhav Sisinti also, because he actually made me believe that LinkedIn actually he started
the most amazing tool ever in the social media platform.
Exactly. He made, like, I knew that LinkedIn was great, right? But I was not posting anything. I was not doing anything. Because of his workshop, I actually started posting, and I started implementing whatever he's taught, and it really helped me a lot. So he is also someone that I really.
He's absolutely an awesome man. Like, even I
definitely.
And I did get a lot of insights from him, and like even I was at the same situation like how you were. I didn't know, like,
exactly.
I had a LinkedIn account, but still I never posted anything. Literally, till the time I attended his workshop, and right now I'm able to see some results in my LinkedIn account. So that's the point of my life, to be very honest. Awesome. So I guess we are almost coming to the end of this show. And so, Vedika, what is the advice will you give the audience who's trying to build an amazing LinkedIn profile?
Okay, so like a few pointers that you have to keep in mind when you're starting your LinkedIn profile, right? So the first thing again, and it's the last time I'm saying this, I promise, that content. Please focus more on content. And I'm really saying this because I really that's the most important thing. So just focus on content.
That's absolutely true. I wouldn't disagree to it. Content is the king.
Exactly. So you should know what is working with your target audience. See how people are reacting to your posts. See try to understand that, and base your content on how people are reacting to it, or not just because I like posting this, so I will only just keep posting this, right? If the people are not liking it, there's no point.
There is no value, then there's no point in posting content.
Exactly.
Just by flooding some 10 different contents and it doesn't bring you any value, then obviously it's a waste of time.
There's no point spamming them. Yeah, exactly. So that is the first. Second, please make good quality connections. Don't just add anyone. Think who your target audience is and make connections only with them, and network with whoever your target audience is and whoever you think will engage with the content that you're making. Thirdly, please optimize your profile properly so that you are seen on the search. And if you want any help with optimizing, please hit me up on LinkedIn. That is another thing. And the fourth is engage with people, network with people, and you will get the leads, and
only then, people will come to know who you are, and that's how I came to know about Vedika. When I started networking, and Vedika's profile was the awesomest profile I've ever. I mean, at that particular time, she was doing a great job, and till today she's doing a great job, and I appreciate your efforts, Vedika. And that was totally an amazing and yet an insightful one. So we learned the importance of LinkedIn. Then we saw we saw how LinkedIn can help in getting organic reach. We understood the important components and various contents we need to post in LinkedIn. And last but not the least, we understood how to turn your target audience into prospects. So I think from your session, I think people are going to be they'll become a LinkedIn influencer like you, I guess. Hearing your insights. Awesome. So this was absolutely an interesting conversation with you, Vedika. Thank you for your valuable time. Thank you for
thank you so much.
Taking your time from your busy schedule and giving us this amazing insight to all the audiences who are listening here. So thank you all for listening to this week's episode of the Marketing Manifest podcast. So we will be coming back next week with another interesting podcast. Until then, stay safe, and you are listening to the Marketing Manifest podcast. And this is Emil AG signing off. Peace out.